Okay, folks, listen, this is a live stream, and I'm not going to be interacting too much with the viewers because I'm going to be showing tons of information. And some of it you've seen because I did a video a few live streams ago having to do with the Seattle new area code, but I've added new information and I'm going to make it more fluid. So make sure you watch this whole video because there's new information in it. Okay, now. And I'm going to delete the other one. Okay, so for the people who are new to the channel, pay attention. I've been predicting that there's going to be a spectacular event on June 11th in Seattle, okay? And I've never changed the dates, okay? I just didn't know which year it was going to happen, but for sure it's going to happen next year, okay? So June 11th, 2024, there's going to be a spectacular event in Seattle, okay? So you need to get the hell out of there, okay? That's one thing. But I don't know if it's going to affect all of Seattle. I mean, if it's going to affect more than Seattle. It could affect that whole area of King County and all of Washington State because Elvis is known as the king and Seattle's in King County, right? Now listen, also, my other prediction is that on August 4th, Trump gets his head wound and he survives that head wound on August 4th, which is Obama's birthday, but Trump gets the head wound. And that's why Obama was the president before Trump, okay? Because it's foreshadowing Trump's head wound on August 4th, okay? And that's why Trump was elected in 2016 because August 4th is the 216th day of the year, and he was made president in 2017, which is 217. Get it? 217th day is August 4th on a leap year, and next year is a leap year. Get it? 216, 217. All right? And so Trump gets his head wound and he survives, and that's Obama's birthday, but Trump gets the head wound and survives. But this video is about Seattle's new area code and the Seattle event that's going to happen on June 11th. Okay, so let's get started. Make sure you watch the whole video, folks. Okay, so you know that the same year Elvis died on August 16, 1977, there was a horse called Seattle Slew who won the most prestigious race in horse racing called the Triple Crown. And horse racing is known as the sport of kings. I told you Elvis is known as the king and Seattle's in King County. And by the way, Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived. So the king had the king whacked, right? And now King County, where Seattle's in King County, it's named after Martin Luther King now because they're going to destroy it. Okay, so Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown, 6/11/77, the same year Elvis died. The new Seattle area code is 564. It was 206. Now it's 564 and 206. And look, it adds up to 770. The 0 is a crown. The letter O is a crown. The 0 is a crown. Or it can be nothing. Okay? And 77. Get it? Elvis died in 77. Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown in 77. Same year Elvis died. 77 with a crown. Okay? Now, and I told you the same year Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crowns, the same year Elvis died in 77. The 77th prime is 389. Okay, and why am I showing that? Because, pay attention, the 77th prime is 389, right? So if you took 389 from 1,000, it's 611. Look at that. So you have, not only do you have the 77 connection, but you have a 611 connection also to the 389. Because the 77th prime is 389, you get 611, 77. I mean, what is the chance of that? Okay? How about zero chance? It's okay that it's a coincidence. Now, back to the area code. Seattle area code is, the new one is 564, right? And the 206 adds up to 77 with a crown, like I said. 77 with a crown. So what is the chance that when you put the words Seattle with a crown, Elvis Aaron Presley, 564, 206, because that's the area codes plus Elvis Aaron Presley's full name plus a crown and plus Seattle. And look, it equals 770. I just showed you that Seattle's new area codes, the total is 770. 770. And if you look at the total, it's 1,054. Because this is the reduced number, the total it gives you is 1,054. And I told you if you take out the 0, it's 154. That's the Antichrist number. The Antichrist equals 154. Because Elvis is the Antichrist and Trump is the image of the beast. Okay? Now, And speaking of Trump, so if you took the prime numbers for 206 and 564, which is Seattle's area codes, look at what the total is. It's uh, it's 5,370 for the prime numbers for the Seattle area codes. And if you add the 770, which is the total for those two area codes, you get 6,140. That's Trump's birthday with a crown, 614 with a crown. You see that? I mean, look at that. I mean, it's a perfect puzzle, man. Now, if you and I told you that the unholy trinity is Elvis and Trump and Barack, right? The unholy Godhead. So if you took these three, their full names, Elvis, Aaron Presley, Donald John Trump, Barack Hussein Obama, you get 564. And that's the Seattle new area code, 564. You see that? And look, you get the 777 if you take the reduced number of it. It's a total of 777. Okay? This is impossible coincidences. Do you understand what I'm showing you? Again, the 564. Okay? Now, if you just put Elvis, Seattle, June 11th, 2024 into the gematria calculator, you will get 564. And that's the Seattle new area code. You see that? See, what I'm showing you here is the full, what you would get if you were putting it on the calculator. But that's all you have to look at. Elvis, Seattle, June 11, 2024 equals 564. Look at that. I mean, come on, folks. By the way, I've already shown this. This is nothing new. But wait till you see the new information, okay? And for the people, if you're not paying attention to this, you're making a huge mistake, all right? Because it's going to get even better. So remember, Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown on 6/11/77, the same year Elvis died, okay? And from that day, the Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown to next year, 6/11, when the Seattle really gets slewed, okay? It's 47 years or 564 months, because 47 years is 564 months. And look, that's the Seattle area code, 564. And I told you that 47 years, the 47 number, the 15th prime number is 47, because the letter O is the 15th letter of the alphabet, so the O is the crown. So the O is the 15th letter, the 15th prime is 47. So the O is connected, I mean, the crown is connected to the 47. So that's basically what you're seeing here, is, 564 with the 47, which is the crown. But look, here's what's important. You put 564, because it was, 47 years is 564 months. You put those two numbers together, you get 611. You add it up, it's 611. Okay? Do you understand? For anyone who got in late to the chat, you got to watch from the beginning. Don't even try to keep up now. Watch it from the beginning if you got in late. You got to watch the whole thing from beginning to end. So look, it adds up to 611, the months and the years. Okay? Now, is it just a coincidence that Washington, his death date, he died in the month of December, George Washington. And Seattle is in Washington, right? And so George Washington dies in the month of December. And is it just a coincidence that the 47th number down in the month of December, because I created a month chart, December's the 12th month, but instead of going back to number 1, you'd go to 24 12 months later. So it'd be 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84. Do you get it? Just keep going down. So the 47th number down is 564. What is the chance that the 47th number down in the month of December is 564? 47 is 564. You see? It's 611. And that's the month chart. He died in the month of December, George Washington. Okay? Now, pay attention, okay? You remember we're talking about Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown to next year when Seattle really gets slewed, okay? The real Seattle slewed, okay? I told you it's either 564 months or 47 years, which adds up to 611, right? But look, you see this date? And by the way, one of the viewers noticed this, okay, about the prime number of it. I'll show you in a minute. But let me show you what I noticed on this. So 17,167 days is equivalent to this, right? The 564 months or 47 days. Look at the days. Watch. Look at this. So Seattle Slew, remember, won the Triple Crown on 6/11/77. Look, it's right there in the number of days. 61177. Can you believe that? 61177. It's in the days, man. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up, man. Okay? And if you still think that's a coincidence, see, I figured that out. But look, this is what one of the viewers told me. Check this out. Because I told you that Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown in 1977, and Elvis died in 1977, right? And look, 17,167 days. The 1,977th prime number is 17167. I mean, can you believe this? Look at that. 1,000, that's how many days from Seattle Slew winning Triple Crown to next year. 6/11. Look at that. The 1,977th prime. I mean, this is impossible coincidences, folks. All right? Get ready. So anyway, so I'm going to show you some new information. Get ready, okay? It's coming. So Seattle's old area code was 206, and interestingly enough, if you put the Antichrist number, which equals 154, it equals 360. Look at that. And you know 360, 1 through 36 equals 666. If you add all the numbers between 1 and 36, it's 666 with a crown, get it? So even that is connected right there. All right, so let's keep going. So the new area code is 564, okay? 564. Keep watching. Remember, Seattle Slew to next year, when the real Seattle gets slewed, is 564 months or 47 years, right? And I told you 564 plus 47 equals 611, right? Now, please tell me how this is possible. So if you were to put 564, 47, 611 into the gematria calculator, it equals 611. And if you don't believe me that it equals 611, I'm going to show it to you. Even though I could have showed you with the other ones, every single one of them is 100% accurate. You can go check it. Just make sure you spell everything correctly. Look what I'm about to show you, just in case you don't believe me, okay? Okay, here. This is the only one I'm going to show you. You could go and look at yourself the other ones. So look, you put 564, 47, 611. See? 611. I mean, you can't make this up, man. What in the hell is going on, man? What the? Did you see that? I mean, can you believe that, man? And you know that I showed you that 564 plus 47 equals 611. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the reason we put that there. All right. Okay. Now, and remember, I showed you that that December, the month chart that I showed you that Washington's death, he died in the month of December, and the 47th number down is 564, 47, 564. Get it? 564 months or 47 years, right? So here's just, this one is not that big of a deal, but look, this one is not that big of a deal. Watch. But again, it still connects. So if you went 47,564 days, because that's the numbers we were looking at, 564 and 47, 47,564 days, which is 130 years, and Washington equals 130, the word. But forget about that. The percentage, because the devil in the details is in the percentage. So the percentage is 13,031%. You know, it's some little percent too, but it's 13,031 point something. But forget about that. 1331. Look, the 6th prime number is 13. The 11th prime number is 31. You see? And if you add that up, it's 1744. And if you add up 16, 11, it's 17, 20, and 24 is 44. I'm just, look, and by the way, you know that the Julian calendar our calendar is the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar, 624 would actually be 611. So you have the Julian and the Gregorian calendars in there. 624, 611 would be 624 would be 611. And look, 206 area code. That's a 206 area code right there, and the numbers also. Okay. Anyway, whatever, folks. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But keep going. Believe me, you're going to like what you're seeing. So this is no big deal. Someone mentioned this 56 times 4. Because remember, we're talking about 564, the new area code. 56 times 4 is 224. The 2024 is next year. Get it? Okay, but wait. Now, here, I'm going to show this first. Now, pay attention. You got to pay attention, okay, to understand this. So, from the first of the year to 611 is the 162nd day of the year, okay, when you add the day. But look, when you don't add the day, it's 161. When you add the day, it's 162. And then on a leap year, it's 163. Now, from Elvis's birthday to 611, if you add the day, it's 155 days. But if you don't add the day, it's 154. If you add the day, it's 155. And on a leap year, it's 156. Now, what's the most important, obviously, is the 154. But look, from Elvis's birthday, the day he died, to August 16th, the day Elvis died, look at the numbers, 155, 62. See? 611 is 162 and 155. So it's 155, 162. Get it? 155, 162. If you just use the 1 twice, 155, 162. Get it? All right. So I just thought I'd throw that in there just in case. I'm going to throw in some more. You'll see. Okay, remember I showed you this earlier, this equation? Remember, Elvis died in 77, and the 77th prime is 389, and Seattle Slew won in the Triple Crown on June 11th in 1977, the same year Elvis died, right? And I told you that if you minus 389 from 1,000, it's 611. So you have 611, and then the 77th is 389, so the 389 connects to the 77, and the 389 connected to the 611, so it's 61177. Get it? It's right there again, connecting to Seattle Slew. Okay? And remember, Elvis died that same year. Now, is it just a coincidence? Because I told you George Bush Jr. was the president during 9/11. Okay, so he's definitely part of this charade. So is his father. That's why the next one is for his father. You'll see. Okay, I showed it in one of the last few live streams that George Bush Sr. is connected to this. Okay, so get ready. So George Bush Jr., he was born on 7/6/1946. From 7/6/1946 to June 11th next year is 77 years, 11 months, 6 days. Look at that. Look at that. Seattle Slew won 6/11/77. This is the backwards, 6/11/77. From George Bush Jr.'s birthday, the day he's born, to 6/11 next year. Okay? Another sheer coincidence, I'm sure. And remember what you're seeing here. Remember, I showed you earlier that the amount of days between Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown and next year when Seattle does get really slewed is 17,167 days, or 47 years, or 564 months. Okay, so if you add the 564 to the 47, you get 611, and the 17,167 days is 1977. So that's the day he won the Triple Crown, 6/11/1977. All the numbers, 564, 47, 17,167 is right there. All of it is right here, 6/11/1977. Are you looking at this? Are you looking at what I'm showing you and putting it together? Okay. But wait, it still gets even crazier. Okay. So this is no big deal, this one, because I don't see it as much. This is not as important. If it was up here, it would have been more important. But look, if you put a crown on the name Elvis Aaron Presley, Seattle, June 11th, you get 454. Then the bottom, the second number, the reduced number is 157. Then you get 611. So you get a 611 connected to it. So, and look, by the way, if you look at the numbers across, look at this: 454545. You see that? The total actually would be 999 for this. But you see those numbers? 45, 45, 45. Look at that. But anyway, 611, whatever. I'm just saying it's pretty weird, right? Okay, get ready. So pay attention. So what's really important is the 154. Okay, the Antichrist equals 154. Okay, pay attention. So from Elvis's birthday, the day he's born on 1/8, on a non-leap year, okay, not a leap year. Next year is a leap year because they're trying to get rid of these two. See, it needs to get rid of the 155, 156. Okay, pay attention. So the 154 day from Elvis's birthday to 611, if you don't add the day, but up to that day, up to June 11th, but not adding that day, it's 154 days. Okay? So the Antichrist equals 154 up to June 11th, but not adding that day is 154. Okay? Now, is it just a coincidence that from Elvis's birthday to the exact day the Seattle slew won the Triple Crown, it's 15,496. Okay, now pay attention how I break it down. The 154 is the Antichrist. The 96 is a crown because the O is the 15th letter, right? And if you break the 15 into two, it's like the 9 and 6. The 69 is in there. Do you get what I'm saying? The O is like a 69. That's what that's all about. So it's basically the Antichrist with a crown. From Elvis's birthday, the day he's born, to 6/11/77, okay? No, the Seattle area code is 206. And the new one is 564. So don't argue. Okay, so check this out. Seattle's new area code is 564, right? Pay attention. If you went 564 days onto the calculator, it's 154.52%. So it's 154%. Forget the little stuff. 154% is 564 days. You see? If you like did a few days forward, I mean like 1 or 2 days forward or 1 day after, you'll still get 154%. But 564 is 154%. And the Antichrist equals 154. Are you looking? Now, remember I showed you this, right? That Seattle slew won the Triple Crown. It's either 564 months or 47 years from that day to next year, 611, right? And I told you 564 plus 47 equals 611, right? Pay attention. So 564.47 we're talking about, right? Remember, that's how many months or years. 47 years is 564 months. The new area code is 564, right, for Seattle? And it totals 611, right? So look at this. So 564 is the new area code, and I told you 47 months is 47 years is 564 months, which is the amount of time between Seattle slew winning and next year Seattle. Look at the percentage. 154.64. 15,464. Why is this 154.64 so important for the amount of days of 56, 564.47? Remember, we're talking about the 564.47, right? Which equals 611. The new area code is 564. It's been 47 years since Seattle slew. 564 months, 47 years. 154.64. Because the Antichrist equals 154.64. Just like in the word God, 77, Elvis died in 77, and you saw the 77 all throughout this video, and the Antichrist has that in it. I mean, the word God has the Antichrist numbers in it. That's why he needs to attach to the 77, because the word Christ equals 77. Okay? And that's why if you have a second Christ, it would equal 154, which is the Antichrist. Okay? I told you, the Father and Son, El even. Okay? They are they're showing you that's the beginning, 7-7. Okay? All right. Anyway, and one last thing that I forgot to put out there. So if you think all that is it, by the way, that's it. But I have one more thing to show. By the way, I left out a bunch of stuff that I showed in another video. But watch. If you still think that's a coincidence, from the day George Washington died, okay? From the day George Washington died, because that's what this is all about. He's the father of our country. Do you understand? Uh, it's complete mockery. Okay, so if you go from the day George Washington died on 12/14/1799 to this date, and you're going to see why I'm using this date in a moment, because if you don't know why I'm using this date, you'll see. But let's look. Because remember, if you were looking at what we were showing earlier, because Seattle Slews, win. I told you when Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown, the same year Elvis died, on June 11th, Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown. To next year when Seattle really gets slewed, it's 564 months, which is 47 years, right? And that's if you total that, it's 611, right? Remember? And make sure you watch from the beginning, folks, if you didn't watch the whole thing. So anyway, and I told you that the 47, okay, pay attention. The O is a crown, right? And the O is a crown, which is the 15th letter of the alphabet. The 15th prime number equals 47, okay? And the 47th prime number equals 211, right? And by the way, on 211 next year, February 11th, is the Super Bowl. But 211 is 47th prime number is 211, and Washington's original birthday was 211. They changed it to 222, they changed it to fit the Elvis puzzle, and you'll see, all right. I've shown it before in the past. It connects to the 666. You'll understand. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that when you see the 47, it's a crown also. That's why you saw the 564, with the 47. Okay, 564 months is 47 years. Now, from Washington's death date, because that's what this is all about. Washington, when Seattle gets slewed, Seattle's in Washington. When Seattle gets slewed, Elvis gets his crown. Okay? So look at this. And remember, the Antichrist equals 154. So from Washington's death date to this day right here, I know my phone is cracked. Just listen to what I'm saying. December 14th, 1799. I know it's hard to see, but that's what it says. December 14th, 1799 to April 20th, 1954. You'll see why I'm showing that in a moment. Let's just look at this. It's 154 years, 4 months, 7 days. So you see the 47? That's a crown. 47 is the crown. So you have the Antichrist number with a crown, because the 15th prime number is 47, remember? So you have the Antichrist number, 154. Now, what's important about 4/20/1954? 4/20/1954. When did Elvis start working at Crown Electric?
April 20th, 1954. According to Graceland, on April 20th, 1954, Elvis began working at Crown Electric for one...
Now, just ask yourself, why do they even know that? Like, who cares that he started working at Crown Electric on that date? April 20th, that date, in 1954, Elvis started working at Crown Electric. It's just ridiculous. The Crown Electric, get it? They're gonna light up the sky, folks. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna do something spectacular, man. They're gonna light up the sky. I don't know what the hell, man. But I told you everything with Elvis is connected to the 666 and to the Antichrist, okay? Everything that I'm showing you is connecting Elvis to the Antichrist to Seattle, June 11th. Now, the Trump connection, I told you, they needed Elvis to be seen as the angel of light, okay? And Trump is like the dark Elvis, okay? The light Elvis is, the one you don't see. His name is there, but you don't see him. And dark Elvis is Trump, the Antichrist in the flesh. That's what you're seeing, basically. Elvis is the unseen Antichrist. Trump is the Antichrist in the flesh. But the real one is Elvis, the one that they're going to be worshiping, okay? Okay, I don't know how. It's either going to be his number or his name or the number of his name. His image, I'm sorry, the image of Elvis or his number or the number of his name. All right. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. His number, his name, or his image. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Anyway, look, folks, I could keep going on, okay? Make sure you watch from the beginning, okay? And there's just no way that these are coincidences. If you look at what I showed, it's absolutely impossible, okay? I just feel like I forgot something, but whatever, man. I don't know. Anyway, folks, God bless everybody, and Jesus is God. And like I said, folks, it's all going to manifest. You'll see it. And, like I said, they mock us and laugh at us, but they won't be laughing soon, okay? Anyway, I know I'm forgetting something, but I got to move on. I don't know what to do because I just feel like I forgot something here. Anyway, folks, any last words? I'll stay on for like 2 more minutes here. Did anyone not understand what's going on? Okay. Everything to do with this puzzle has to do with Elvis. Even Seattle Elvis and this June 11th puzzle. But just like the 19 crown, you know what I'm talking about, the corona thing. Because I told you Elvis represents Satan. Okay? Elvis represents Lucifer in heaven, and when Lucifer fell, he became Satan. And I told you he lost his name. Lucifer was a crown name, and it equaled the same as Jesus. Jesus equals 74, Lucifer equals 74. Only the first number is the same, not the rest of it. But the 74 is a name. The 74 name was a perfect name, and he lost that name and became Satan. And Satan equals 55, so he lost 19. 55 plus 19 equals 74. And that's why he was searching. That's why he needs that 19 crown. And where was the first time you saw the 19 corona sickness? Corona means crown in Spanish. Where did you see the crown 19 sickness? In Seattle. That was the first time in America we saw it. In America. All right? And where was the first death? In King County, where Seattle is. And the first outbreak was in King County. All right? And who was the first famous person to get it? Tom Hanks. And what was Tom Hanks doing? He was filming the Elvis movie. Okay? everything to do with Tom Hanks connects to Elvis. All right? Elvis connects to the needle. Everything with Elvis connects to the needle, to the space needle. If you've been watching my videos, I've been telling you everything about the needle and Elvis, okay? Because it's all about the space needle. And the word space needle equals fallen angel. Because that's what Lucifer is, a fallen angel, okay? Anyway, and that's why Elvis, he was the first famous person to have anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle. He made a movie called It Happened at the World's Fair. As soon as it opened, he was in that Space Needle. As soon as it opened, he was the first famous person. And you could look it up as him being the most famous person to be at that Space Needle. All right? Anyway. All right, folks. I'm going to end the chat now. all this weird noise I'm here. I think they're getting mad at me, my neighbors, because the walls are thin. They're making weird noises over there. Anyway, folks. Oh, and by the way, Elvis was the first famous person to take a needle on live television. He did it on Bill Gates' first birthday. Okay? And Bill Gates was born in Seattle. You know what I mean? And he took the polio injection, and the polio guy is born on that same day. And polio guy turned 42 years old that day, Jonas Saul, the day Elvis took it on Bill Gates' birthday. The needle. All right? See what I mean? Everything has to do with the needle. And who was the guy who brought out the needle? Trump. You know what I mean? Trump is the guy who just brought out the needle. All right? Anyway. All right, folks. Finish your conversations with each other because I got to end the chat. Yeah, it's all about the needle. And Elvis, how did you hear Elvis? Satan is the prince of the power of the air. Elvis, you heard him through the airwaves and with the record. And the record player looks like looks like the top of the Space Needle. Looks like a needle. I mean, it's got that thing in the middle, and the top of the Space Needle looks just like a record player. Like I said, I don't know what they're gonna pull on that June 11th Seattle event, but you better get the hell out of Seattle. I'm just telling you. We just got to pray that nothing bad happens and it's just some kind of spectacular light show that they're going to do, But I don't believe it, Yeah. Nobody is getting censored unless they're a troll. So please knock it off. All right. So nobody gets censored unless they're a troll here. So please knock off that talk. Anyway, what else? Yeah, the Space Needle anagram is L needs cape, or L need capes. Because space is the word capes, CAPES. But if you take the S out of space and add it to the needle, it's L needs cape, or L need capes, whatever, Or L escape den. L escapes den. Can you believe that? He's gonna escape his den, E-L, Elvis. And Seattle's anagram is L state. Because Elvis, L means God. Where else you going to come? Elvis is going to come in L state, which is Seattle. All right. Whatever the hell they're going to do, like I said. All right, folks. End of video. Are you guys done talking? I just want to make sure you guys are done talking to each other before I end it. All right. And remember, you guys can always talk in the comment section to each other once the video's up, All right, folks. Jesus is God. End the video. And I told you, folks, once the beast is revealed, once these two events happen, you better understand that time is short. For Christians, for sure. Our time is definitely short, okay? Because if we're not taking the mark, you got to understand that time is short, okay? And we're definitely not taking the mark. At least I'm not, and you better not be either. But for us, time will be short. So get your house in order and try to save as many people as possible, That way they don't get fooled by what's coming. All right, folks. End of video. Jesus is God. End of video. Make sure you watch the whole video from beginning to end. Whoever got in late, watch from beginning to end. End of video.